Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Media Clash podcast. That's us here. This is what we're doing. We're doing it now. We're doing it for you. Mostly for ourselves, but sure, we're doing it for you. Hey, I'm your host, Eric Knuckles. Right here with me, right here on the screen. If you're watching, if you're not watching, I'm pointing over there. That's John. Hey, John. How you doing? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How about you? How you doing? Are you good? Good. Cool. Yeah, I'm okay.
Right, okay, cool. And alongside all of us, sure, we'll go with that, Frank, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? You doing good? You doing good? Okay. All right, that smelled amazing. So good. If you have listened or watched us before, God bless you, because you're an amazing person. If not, you're like most people. But don't let that stop you, because we don't. Like I said, we're the Media Clash podcast. We talk about things like video games and TV shows and movies, because that's what we like. And if you don't like it, I'm really shocked that you would have actually clicked on this and started listening. But hey, since you're here, sit down and shut up for a little bit. So, Wayne is not with us today. You may have noticed that his face is missing down here. He had to go be a cool guy, husband, person for his wife, and because that's what you do when you're married. So, Wayne, hope you're doing good. Hope you're listening to this and hating the fact that it's a really good show without you, which it probably won't be. I'm so sorry. But yeah, we miss you, buddy. We'll see you next time. Aside from that, hey guys, stuff happened this week. What happened?
Yes.
What happened? Things happened?
PSX happened. Game Awards happened. Franklin happened.
And our boy, Greg Miller, he won.
Trending Gamer 2015.
Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. Well done, and you're welcome.
You know what else won at the Game Awards? I believe it was. Let me confirm your best family game. Mario Maker.
I love that hat. Can we please use that as the clip art for this episode? Just the big grinning idiot with the Mario hard hat. That's what I want.
If I had a Splatoon hat, I'd be wearing that for the best multiplayer game.
Nice.
Which I think is bullshit, but we'll get to that.
Well, hold on there. Not so fast, my friend. What would you say is the best multiplayer game?
Would it be any surprise to you if I said
with
Rocket League?
And flames coming out of back of...
Stop it. Just stop it. It's Rocket League. Just stop. Rocket League is the best game of all damn time, and you can all shut the fuck up about it.
Oh no, I want to play it, and just looking at it tells me it's the best game. Was it nominated for best multiplayer?
Yes, it was.
Okay, so that's a shame then. I would have picked Rocket League over Splatoon. I think Splatoon's amazing, but I think Rocket League definitely should have taken it.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. I love that. Yeah, Rocket League's really good. I haven't played Splatoon, so I don't know yet. That being said, I am hopefully optimistic that I'm pretty sure that good old Santa Claus. They have that in Canada, John. They have Santa Claus in Canada.
No, he's called. I got nothing witty. I thought I could think of something.
Okay, I thought you were serious for a second. I was like, oh my god, do you really have? You have a different name for Santa? What? You're like, yeah, we call him Jacob. He comes by and leaves things.
Call him Hoser Claus, eh?
Hoser Claus.
I thought all the mooses had buttholes that looked like maple leaves.
Yeah, we don't have reindeers. We have moose.
You mean mooses?
Mooses.
Meese?
The mooses.
No,
I like some of them.
I've never been much of a guy. I like White Russians. I like those a lot. So, but no, I'm hoping that I'm thinking that Santa's going to be bringing my daughter a Wii U, and we're going to be having some fun with some Splatoon and some Mario Maker and some Super Mario 3D World, and then after she goes to bed, I will be playing some hardcore Xenoblade Chronicles X.
So I looked it up on the eShop today. If you were to download it digitally, it's 22 gigs.
Yeah, but considering the largest Wii U they sell is 32 gigs, that would just be stupid. That would be stupid.
Well, you can put it on.
I just want to stop real quick. I did not know this until I started looking into buying a Wii, that the gamepad, for one, not sold separately in America. So you break that gamepad, you have to get it repaired or repair it yourself. So, but here's the thing. So I found, and maybe this is a Black Friday deal, but I'm pretty sure you can easily find a new Wii U for $250. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you buy the gamepad, it's $150. You're telling me that the gamepad cost more than the entire system?
Well,
Does that make sense to anybody? I mean, you're going to pay more for a shitty tablet than for the entire system that plays the game, because you can't use the gamepad without the system.
well, the system's technically $299, but I see your point.
Well, it depends on what bundle you're getting. I don't know. Either way. Hey, who cares? We're talking about PSX. That's what we want to know about.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
Yeah, calm down, Uncle Mario. This is my favorite line from Assassin's Creed 2. It's me, Mario, your uncle. Anyway, back to PlayStation. Somebody's got to talk about PlayStation, because apparently PlayStation didn't do a very good job of it. So we're going to try and do our best right now. Frank, you were there. You were there live. You've spoken previously about being very bored. Why is that exactly? Was there a single game announced that got you excited?
There was not a single game that got me hard.
Okay, so now me and you talked about this. We're both JRPG nuts. We love us some Final Fantasy. What are your thoughts on Final Fantasy Remake?
Looks too much like Final Fantasy 15. Didn't like the demo all that much.
Is that a bad thing?
I didn't like the demo all that much. I don't like the direction it's going, and this is telling me that the game might be in a little bit of trouble. And we've had signs of this, and anyone who's optimistic about this game really needs to check themselves.
Before they wreck themselves, like your microphone is doing right now, because man, your microphone's pretty garbled.
Yeah, it's tossing all kinds of shit out the window there.
Fix it, John!
God.
Damn it, John!
What is wrong with my microphone?
I don't know if it's your microphone or if it's maybe just something else.
It's only coming from his side, so I think it's his mic.
I think the universe is trying to tell us something. I think they're saying, guys, hey guys, I think maybe you don't need to do this. Not tonight. You need to be someplace else. I'm going to stop talking really softly into my microphone. So, but no, the hell with it. Nobody listens to these anyway, so we're going to dick around until we want to stop. I thought it looked good. I did enjoy the Final Fantasy 15 demo. I don't know how much I'm going to enjoy that over 30 to 40 to 50 to 60 hours. I don't know. But I'm down with giving them a shot. That being said, it'll probably fail. It'll probably not be good. I hope it is, because maybe one day that means we'll get a Chrono Trigger remaster. It doesn't even have to be a remake. Just give me a freaking remaster where you go in, you redo all the sprites with like HD art. That's all I want. Just damn it, Square.
Some people said they noticed that I'm watching the gameplay right now, and they noticed that like they weren't attacking two people at once. I don't know if that was something that was missed, but it could possibly be a combination of turn-based in like in a really cool 3D action realm. I doubt it. It does, because it does look exactly like Final Fantasy 15.
If you look at the bottom, they do have the active time battle gauge or whatever, but I can't remember his name. But one of the Squeenix guys did say that it's not what you would think the active time battle gauge would be, so it's not going to act in that same way. So to kind of think of it in a different way. I mean, at this point, it's so early on. I doubt any of that actual gameplay will still look like that when it actually releases, if it actually releases.
But I think that's why they're doing the episodic. They're putting into episodes, so that way they have this. They're going to release like the first 10 hours probably as episode 1 or something like that, you know? They're gonna. That's why they're doing it, because if they don't, it's not going to be done until 5 years from now.
Yeah, but I'm okay with that. I mean, for God's sake, make the game that we deserve as fans, okay? Like, I'm not the type of guy that gets all hoity-toity of, like, I'm a consumer, I deserve blah, blah, blah. But no, the reason why Square Enix is the company that they are is because of us. It's because gamers buy their shit. That's why they have all this money. It's because they made great games, and we loved them for it, and we supported them by buying their games. Then they started making not as good games. We still bought them. We still loved them. Then they started making bad games. Bad games.
Final Fantasy 13.
Yes. It's just not a good game.
I liked it.
I was gonna go ahead and say I'm not gonna say it's a bad game. It's just not a Final Fantasy game.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll give you that. It's a good game. It's a terrible Final Fantasy game. But the thing is, that's your flagship series. That is what made you who you are. That's what your fans want and love. They want a Final Fantasy game. And you keep shoving something down our throats and wrapping it in this paper that says Final Fantasy, and that it's not that. Don't shove a game at me telling me it's the Final Fantasy game that I want when it's not. Because nobody is going to know the product better than your consumer. Like, nobody's going to know it better than your fans. And when you keep giving them what they're not asking for, inevitably they're just going to stop buying your stuff. We've talked about it before. Like, Bravely Default came out and massively exceeded Square's expectations. They didn't make it; they just published it. Massively exceeded their expectations. And it's like, yeah, we didn't see it you didn't see it performing that well. It's like, really? You didn't the game that all of your fans have been asking for, that somebody else had to make, and all of your fans loved it? You didn't see that? Oh, okay, all right. Well, that makes sense. That's why you've been making these other games. Anyway, I digress. I'm getting frustrated. I'm taking my Squeenix aggression out on your beautiful faces. Frank, you got to try the PlayStation VR, did you not?
Yes, I did. I got to play one game.
What game is that?
That game would be Eve Valkyrie.
How was it? How do you like it?
Well, I'm going to explain the game. The game itself is a space flight simulator.
Hold on a second, Robot Man. Take
Robot
a breath.
Man,
Try
drowning in
again.
a bathtub of oil.
Am I better now?
That's
Yes.
better.
Much better.
Okay, so Eve Valkyrie. Did it go again?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I don't know anything.
Sure, snowball.
What if it's not? What if he just drank that much? That's his actual voice.
God damn it.
It's okay. We'll work through it. Like I said, nobody's listening to these anyway. We're
Yeah.
working out the kinks. We're good. We're good. My wife, I don't even think, has listened to one of these yet. So, okay. Well, before you get into the Eve Valkyrie thing, what were your impressions of just the hardware, just the VR? Was it good?
Yes, it was fully immersive. It was very good.
It's fully immersive, completely the opposite of this audio right now, but we're gonna work with it. So, so the actual game, fighting in space, right?
Yes, I'm switching settings to see if it gets any better.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. 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 Yeah.
Alright, so, Eve Valkyrie. Space flight simulator, really cool. Once you put the headset on, you're in the cockpit, man. It's freaking awesome. It's the only thing that that is funny though is that the guy had to help me put it on. Like, I felt like I would have just been fine putting the headset on myself, but whatever. And then he had to hand me the controller because once you put the headset on, you can't really see what's around you.
All right. Welcome to the Hell Simulator.
So
Nothing comes on the screen. Wow, this is really immersive.
So, fun tip: whenever you do get your hands on VR and you try to put it on, make sure you put your controller somewhere where you can, like, muscle memory. Just put your hand there and pick it up.
That's why I always put my controller in my pants. I just unzip, click, right there.
Well, I don't usually wear pants when I play video games, but whatever.
How long did you get to play?
I got to play probably about a 10 to 15 minute game.
Did you get
It was a demo of a game.
Did you destroy stuff? Did you shoot stuff down?
Yeah, I was flying around, and while I was in the freaking VR, I could look around me, and I could see all the ships around me. Like, there were these huge motherships, and then there was these smaller fighters that I was hunting down. And, like, it was
children ships, actually. Yeah, it's a technical term.
All right. Well, you know what? You don't know shit about space. I don't know what Star Wars taught you, but that ain't space.
Excuse me, Mr. Space Program Cowboy there. Mr. I go to Huntsville, Alabama and go to space camp for $15,000. Okay, I got you.
Whatever. But you can look around you, and, like, you have the controller, so you're playing like you would with any controller in a flight simulator, but the way you're seeing it is from inside the cockpit, so you can see someone over there, and just go over there, and then you slowly adjust yourself so you're seeing it, and it's freaking awesome.
Cool. Did it feel fast, like as far as like the flight and everything? So was it?
Well, you could take it fast. You could. I was going pretty fast, but I saw a lot of people who were playing it. They were going fairly slow, and I even got a comment from like the guy who was doing the VR. He was like, "Wow, you were really good at that." And
It's my boy.
And I was like, well, I really like Flight Simulator, so this was kind of like fucking hand in glove for me.
Yeah, and that's where you just turn around and you just take the mask off. You look him dead in the eye. You go, "I'm Frank motherfucking Sizemore, okay?"
Mind blown.
Exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it.
All right, cool. So, anything stand out to you, game-wise? So we covered Final Fantasy VII Remake. We talked about VR.
Ni no Kuni 2.
Stand out to you? Any Vita stuff announced that you were excited about?
I'm kind of excited to finally be able to play Bastion on my Vita. I have it on my PS4, but it's good to have it on my Vita because that's one of those games.
Everyone else, Sony, just letting you know. Just letting you know. I mean, let's just... You have your own special event. You're Sony. You come out and you go, guess what, everybody? You remember that Vita? Everybody's giving us flack for not covering it, for not giving it support. Guess what we're bringing to it? You remember that game that we brought to PlayStation 3? You remember that game we brought to PlayStation 4? You remember the game that was originally on Xbox 360 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago? Guess what? You can play it again. For the third time, again, as well. But this time, in your hand. Play it right in your hand. That way, the game that you've already played at least twice is that much closer, so that just in case you get confused that you're playing a brand new game, because it's not. There's no new games. No new games coming.
There are, actually.
The remastered edition of Freedom Wars, which is already come on, Sony, I want games. I want games. I love my portable Steam machine, but I want Sony games. Can I have it, please?
I know.
Damn it, Shuhei. Let us change our names. All right,
that was funny actually. No, there's not even anything close. You thought for sure that there was gonna be something about changing names, but there wasn't even anything close to it.
Something. There was even. It seemed like every other person was talking about it. Like, it seems like it's getting pretty close. It seems like they can just use this whole alias thing and just associate that original GUID with this. And I mean, Frank and I work in IT. We're sitting here going like, this shouldn't be that complicated. Like, it's a database, just like any other. It shouldn't be that hard to go, all right, we're going to take this original graphical user identifying number, and then we're going to associate it with this thing over here that's going to be constantly tacked onto it in the background, and then the front part will be whatever you want to see. I don't see how it's any different from what they've already done with the real names.
Yeah.
But, what do I know? I don't make a whole bunch of money for Sony. Not yet.
Oh, you do. No, yeah, you're on your way, though.
Yeah, well on my way. This is the audition tape right here. What's up, Jackie T, who's no longer there? Oh, God. Okay, John, what about you, man? Anything stand out to you?
Ni no Kuni 2.
Oh, I forgot about that. Ooh,
I never finished the first one. It was kind of like what happened to Greg. Like, I started, couldn't get back into it. Just was a weird time. But I really liked it for what it was, and I thought that was really cool that they announced that. And I caught this on the second viewing, but I'm looking for it here. What was it called exactly? I want to get the name right. It was 100-Foot Robot Golf.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I saw that. That looks very cool. Going back to Ni no Kuni, though, I loved what I played of the first one, but it was kind of... I'm trying to think of what else... Something came out that I was playing some other stuff. I didn't go back to it. Then they released it as a free game for PS Plus. I was like, sweet, but that was already, I think, after PS4 had launched, and I was just like, I don't want to go back to that yet. What do you think the odds are, or I guess, do you think there's a possibility for them to, when they're like, hey, Ni no Kuni 2, blah, 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 here's a remastered version, and just a direct port. I don't care if it's a direct port. The original game looked beautiful. Just bring me that.
I don't see it happening. It came out too soon. There's other things that they've done that have been sooner, but I don't see that happening.
Okay. Well, I was just trying to get my hopes up, but thanks for crushing them like a little boy.
Get your PS3. They had it on sale at one point for less than $10, $5 maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else stand out to you guys?
It was very underwhelming.
Yeah, there was a huge lack, I believe, a complete lack of Sony's first party. Like, no presence there. I think Santa Monica had one little game that wasn't really a big AAA game, but other than that, there was, like, it felt shallow.
So, Colin Moriarty, his balls were wrong. I feel you. I feel your balls, Colin. I'm feeling you. It seemed like everybody was kind of like, hey, they have to be here. Where are they if they're not here? So the next place that they would announce anything would be E3, and that seems like forever away at this point. And it just seems like you're missing a massive window of release games. I mean, you got Uncharted 4, yeah. Outside of that, what PlayStation exclusives are coming out between now and E3? They've announced No Man's Sky in that June-ish window.
I'm thinking the Gran Turismo thing that was announced.
The sport one?
I don't even...
No, there was like a Gran Turismo VR game that I'm thinking might be out before E3. Depends on when VR releases, of course, but yeah. I think it'll release before E3. I think we'll get more news on when VR is releasing at GDC.
Yeah, when is GDC? When does GDC take place?
Fuck, I'm not. I want to say March or April, but I'm not entirely sure.
Is that when they did the PlayStation 4 announcement? Or was that their own special event? Either way, I don't know it's happening in like early spring, something like that. Maybe it was February.
Yeah, it is March. It is.
Okay. Franklin and Frank, as I like to call him, because he told me to. We were talking earlier, and I was asking him, and John, I want to get your input, and also Frank, since now we're actually recording. I want to get your input on absolutely zero first-party stuff, realistically. Where the hell are they? I mean, they're not. They have to be working on something. So the only thing that like is kind of rationally making sense in my head is that they are having like a massive first-party support push for PlayStation VR. And either the games are not ready yet, and so they're holding on to VR, or VR isn't ready yet, and so they're holding on to the games, and they don't want to pull a Ubisoft, and they don't want to announce this crap super early and then keep having to delay it, because that would just look really bad. But I mean, it's not that I would love for that to be the case. I would love to see the first-party support like that, but I mean, is that wise? If that was the case, would that be wise to have all of like your big first-party developers tied up in that if it falls flat on its face?
I feel like this is the only bold move they could really make for VR, is because it's like now or never, because they need to get good launch games for VR, and they don't really need to release first-party games on their PlayStation 4 system when they have a massive gap, a massive lead in sales of their system. So they're already selling third-party games hand over fist on their system. Yeah, so if there's any time to double down on making your first parties work on VR, now is the time.
So do you think that's what they're doing? Do you have a gut response to that at all?
That might be the case for a couple studios, but the fact we didn't see Horizon doesn't necessarily surprise me, because it was announced and we were shown stuff very like bang, and they want to give that some time, and they don't want to drive up any more hype for other games before Uncharted releases.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think they showed another decent gameplay chunk of Horizon at Paris Games Week, I believe.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. And so I think that's good to go. I'd actually forgotten about that. Have they said anything about a release window for that?
Probably sometime next year, but they didn't announce anything officially.
Yeah,
that's just my gut reaction.
Yeah, what I would love is if they announced Horizon, or they brought up Horizon at E3, and then they said, hey, it'll be this fall. I think if that's not the case, then obviously I would say summer 2017, but hopefully not. Hopefully it's further along than that. Because I mean, this is Guerrilla Cambridge, I believe. So I mean,
no, it's Guerrilla Games. Guerrilla Cambridge is working on Rakes.
Thank you. Okay, yeah. So but this is the group that worked on Shadowfall, right? Killzone Shadowfall.
Yes, this is the studio that did Killzone. They've been doing Killzone forever, and now they're doing something different.
Exactly. So yeah, they were wrapped on that for a while. I know they had a little bit of story DLC that they did right after, but they've had at this point probably 2 years, maybe a little more, that they've been working on this, or a little less rather. That being said, I feel like that's the only thing that makes sense logically, is that they have this big first party support under VR, that they're holding on to either the hardware or these games because they're just waiting, because obviously you don't want to launch without anything. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, hardware when it launches, it has a crappy launch list. That's kind of, we expect that. How earth-shattering would it be if they released PlayStation VR? Not only does it work, not only is it awesome, not only is it hopefully a somewhat affordable price. I would say anything above $300 is too much. $299 would be a pretty sweet spot, although you're selling your PS4 at $299 right now, so $199 I think would be ridiculous. Either way, they're going to start out selling at a loss. So if they bring out this PlayStation VR, the hardware works, it's great, it's well received, but then boom, you have 5 first-party, not just tech demos. You have 5 full-on games built from the ground up by PlayStation first-party developers, and they're good. How much of a grand slam would that be? And or if it's awful, on the other side, how much of a massive just sucker punch would that be?
Yes, well, Sucker Punch is already a studio that Sony works with, but
no, intended.
But this is really the turning point. This is what's either going to make or break this generation for PlayStation.
Yeah.
I do think it will be the next big thing. It's not like a gimmick in the sense that you need to. It's not like a control scheme like the Wii. It's an add-on, right? So it's not like if you don't have it, you're missing out. Well, you're missing out to an extent, but it's not like you can't still experience these games, right?
Yeah, and also
not true. Some of these games are built are being purpose built for VR. That being said, the game Rez is going to have a VR component and a non-VR game as well. That they'll launch side by side.
Yeah. So I think what they need to do is have more games that are exclusive than aren't. Like, don't make the Vita mistake of you come out with these games and you're like, oh hey, here it's a Vita exclusive, but it's coming to PlayStation 4 as well, so you really don't have to buy this. Yeah, I mean, make people feel that problem of like, oh, I really want to play that game, but I don't have this thing. And it's as John was saying, I don't feel like the problem with the Wii U is you have that gamepad that isn't necessarily a necessity, and it's very much so a peripheral. Whereas if you're making a game for VR, the VR isn't a peripheral. It's integrated. Like, that's your viewing screen. Your TV becomes a peripheral because you're not using it. I'm going to say peripheral one more time because I keep saying it worse and worse every time. The rural juror.
It's okay. We understand you grew up in the South.
Yes, I did. So that being said, I feel like the hardware is going to be really. Obviously, you've actually experienced it. I've never been like super like, oh, awesome VR. That being said, if somebody gave me a VR headset, I put it on, and boom, I was in Skyrim, I would like crap my pants right there. I would be like, okay, here, take my money, all of it, and just leave me the hell alone for the next 100 hours. And that's talking about a game that's like 4 or 5 years old. 4 years old, because that was November 11th, 2011. I really want it to be a success. I really hope that that's the case, but I don't know, man. I'm pretty confused. If that's not the case, I have no idea what these guys are doing. But you would think if you're going to come out guns blazing, boom, here's our lineup, it would be at the event that you created. So maybe they're holding off until E3, but then what in the world was the point of having another PSX? I don't know. That being said, let's go on to the VGAs. Is it the VGAs? Video Game Awards?
Video Game Awards, yeah.
The GUZ. Have we talked about this yet? Have we mentioned it?
No.
No.
I started off by saying the best family game was Super Mario Maker, best multiplayer was Splatoon.
This is true, and there was something about a trending gamer. Who won that?
Greg Miller.
Greg Miller.
Ass to ass.
Our boy, he won. Congratulations, sir.
9/11 was an inside job.
Congrats. Also, you're welcome because it's all because of us. So
Exactly.
That being said, you said the best family game was Mario Maker, the best multiplayer game was Splatoon. Any other winners that you know of that you're like agree, disagree? I know Frank disagrees with Splatoon because he's all about some Rocket League, which is understandable.
I'm with him on the Rocket League. Splatoon's a very unique take on the shooter. It's just a unique take on the game, but I don't think it was best multiplayer. But it's nice for Nintendo games to be honored. So, but no, I think Rocket League should have won that one. Best fighting game was Mortal Kombat X. It was in competition with a bunch of other hardcore fighters, so that seems to make sense.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky is the most anticipated game. Well,
oh, actually, you know what? You said Mortal Kombat X. I wasn't even thinking about it. I mean, it's not a first party, but it is a PlayStation 4 exclusive with Street Fighter V coming out. I think February, March.
Yeah, February, but it's not. It wasn't a. Well, it can't be nominated, right? It's not a. Yeah, but that one.
No, I was just talking about the PSX stuff of like, hey, they don't have a lineup coming up, so that just re-jogged my memory.
That's just more. They gave Capcom a lot of money just to, or so it worked out somewhere where they're like, yeah, you're gonna stick with us.
Yeah, I'm okay with that though. I'm a huge Street Fighter fan. I'm very excited about that, and also actually really looking forward to King of Fighters 14, which apparently is also PS4 exclusive. So.
See, I love those games. I just suck at them all.
That's okay. I'm definitely not the best. I'm better than average, but if you put me up against like real hardcore players, I'd probably 25% win rate. I'm not bad by any stretch, but I don't have the time to put in like I used to. But yeah. But either way, I'm excited about those. I definitely think No Man's Sky super anticipated. However, I find myself getting kind of like dreading it the closer we get to it because I'm just like I don't want to know more about it necessarily, but I kind of feel a little weary about how little we've heard and how little we've seen. They keep showing us, oh, hey, and here's this brand new planet. You explore and this and this. It's like, is there I want to see an NPC. I want to see some type of story type thing. I want to see enemy interactions. I want to see, like, the hook, I mean...
Yeah, where does it start and where does it end? Like, what's the point of it? Is it just to explore?
It's going to be really neat of like, oh, hey, look, you discovered this thing. But it's like, that novelty is going to wear really quick, where 17 planets later, and then they're all kind of like, hopefully they're not going to be like, oh, this is a total reskin, but the blades of grass are pointing this way, and they're blue this time instead of this, and this creature is the exact same as the other 73, but the horn comes out on this side instead. I mean, hopefully that's not the case. As much as this thing's been blown up, I don't think it will be, but I really want this game to be good, and normally when that happens, I end up being let down, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I want developers to stop promising so much. And to just like, just tell me the premise, make it good, and let me play it.
And do a Bethesda where you announce it and you release. Just do like Bethesda, announce it, release it, done.
Thank you, because it's not like we don't know they were working on it, but anywho's.
Anyways, best narrative, Her Story. Never heard of it, never played it, but I'll check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
For Franklin, Rocket League, best indie and best sports game.
Damn right it is.
It's weird. It does seem weird to me that that's considered a sports game.
Oh, bullfuck! How do you know it's counted as a sports game?
It's soccer with cars.
I'm not saying it's not. It's weird to me because I'm like, there's no people in it. It's just cars. But I mean, I'm not denying that. Yes, it's a sports game. You're playing an athletic game. You're just playing it with motorized vehicles. I was gonna say I can't remember the name of it. There was a baseball game on the Super Nintendo back in the day where all the players
I know which one.
robots.
Oh no, not that one. I'm thinking of the one where when you threw the ball, you could turn it into a leaf or something like that, or the ball will split 3 ways. Super Baseball 1000. So you throw the pitcher would throw the ball, and then you press a button, and then it would just start doing this.
Why don't we have these games anymore?
Well, that's what the robot golf is.
I guess maybe we'll see. That being said, yeah, I don't know. I feel like PSX was a little bit like this episode, just a little bit of a bummer, a little bit of a letdown.
Hey, you really need to stop being so freaking negative about it. Freaking podcast. You need to stop that.
It's okay, Frank. It's all right. I'll make it all better later. I promise.
Moving on, games for impact. I don't know what that means, but Life is Strange won that. I played the demo this weekend, and it's a pretty cool game.
Oh,
yeah,
I'll have to try it out. I'll have to try it out.
It's not the greatest game ever, but it's neat.
Yeah, well, I'm not buying it, but...
It's a really neat game. Are you going to buy it? No. All right.
Well, there's a lot of neat games that you just don't buy because there's so many great games that you need to play.
Yeah.
I heard just recently, I just read an article on IGN talking about System Shock 3 announced, which has me very happy because I haven't played System Shock 2, but I heard that that's the game that my gosh. You know who did with Irrational. There we go. It's the game that Irrational did before BioShock, and so that would be really cool. In fact, the creative director, or the art creative something, the guy, Nate Wells, that was working on art director, I think, on BioShock Infinite, is now at that studio helping them out with not System Shock, but was the Ultima Ascendance or whatever, I don't know, something like that. Game. It's a game that has characters, and you play them, and it'll be fun, hopefully. That being said, though, you guys have anything else from PSX or the Game Awards, or any other little crystal gems you'd like to share with the kids here?
I'd just like to mention a few games that I got to play on the show floor that I enjoyed quite a bit. I played this indie game. I actually made friends with the guy, the lead developer of Rocket League. I think his name's Jason, right? No, not Jason. Whatever. But I made friends with the Rocket League devs, and they actually directed me over to this other game called Future Grind. It's a really cool little neat game. You're like on a motorcycle riding on these rails, and the rails are either white, blue, or red, and you have a blue and red wheel. You can't touch blue to red or red to blue. So basically you're jumping on these rails, flipping around and stuff. And it's really cool. It's actually really difficult.
I was going to say, it kind of sounds like, I don't know if you guys remember, there was a game on Super Nintendo back in the day called Uniracer. Kind of sounds a little bit like that.
It might be. I don't remember that game particularly.
Sounds interesting. I'd try that.
Yeah. Uniracer was literally, it was a different type of racing-looking, really cool-looking unicycles that had nobody on them. And you would race them through like a Sonic the Hedgehog-esque course where it was just crazy loops and giant jumps and all this other stuff. And it would be split screen. You'd be racing the guy on the bottom. It was actually really fun. Back when Nintendo made games that people loved on systems that they bought. As opposed to now they make games that people love on systems that nobody owns.
10 million strong.
Hopefully I'll own one soon.
I also got to play the new Ratchet & Clank, the reboot.
Ooh.
How is it?
If you liked the original, it plays more similarly to the newer Ratchet & Clank games, like control-wise. It feels
like
more like those.
Or Tools of Destruction?
Yeah, it feels control-wise more like those. But the levels are really nice and touching throwback. Like, it is a reimagining of the first game, and the levels are like really coolly designed. I don't know. I really like it. I'm excited for it. I also got to play Brawlhalla, which is already out on PC.
How is it?
It's good. It works well on console.
Cool.
I played. Yes, it's very much like Smash Bros. It's almost a carbon copy, but whatevs. I also got to play a build of Gang Beasts. Now that wasn't particularly great. Like this, I've played Gang Beasts on Xbox, and this recent build for PS4 just didn't feel right. I'm not sure what the end product's going to be like for it on PS4, but I'd be careful of that one. I'm trying to think. Of course, Eve Valkyrie was a great game. I also got to play Alienation, Housemarque's new twin-stick shooter.
How was that?
If you like Dead Nation, you're going to love this.
Okay.
Hence the nation.
Yes. And that's about it for all the notable ones. I did play a lot of very small games from developers who were very enthusiastic despite whether or not their game was good. But I just had to smile and nod to everybody because I didn't want to be an asshole.
Understandable. John, is there anything, whether at PSX or just any other hidden gems that you've been playing lately that you want to let the kids know about?
It's funny because I've been trying to finish some Game of the Year discussions, and I don't know what Game of the Year is because I don't play anything new. Super Mario Maker is my Game of the Year only because it's the only thing I've played that's been released this year.
That's okay. There's a lot of people that are saying that.
Yeah,
I mean Brian Altano.
And I'm finishing up some old classics like Paper Mario, which I'm feeling like it's I'm kind of over it. I'm maybe one chapter left, and I feel like it's been on a little too long. But I'm excited. Xenoblade has been getting great reviews, so that's exciting.
I really can't wait to play that. I'm looking forward to it immensely. I need to go back and finish Xenoblade Chronicles 3D.
I've never played any of the previous ones, but maybe someday I'll go back and start at Xenogears for the original PS1.
I never played any of those, but Xenoblade Chronicles was when it launched. It was the first time I went back, and I'm liking it a lot. In case you guys didn't hear or don't know, Shadow Complex Remastered is on PC right now. Going to be coming to PS4 and Xbox One. It is actually free right now on PC until December 31st, I believe, through the rest of the month. So if you don't have
rushed to the website to download it, and then it said, "Sorry, no Mac version."
Oh.
Yeah.
Sad day. It's okay. Hopefully, maybe March or something. Maybe they'll have it on PS4. I love that game so much. It is one of my absolute favorites of last generation.
Yeah, I 100% that game when it came out.
Say what?
I went 100% all the way.
Yeah. That was. I think that may have been the first game that I 100% completed on my 360. I love that game so much. It's so good, and the remaster is actually really nice. Graphically, it's super smooth. You know, it's really good, and I'm probably about 80% done with it at this point. From playing it in one sitting, probably played for 3 or 4 hours, and yeah, it's great. So if you haven't played it, for the love of God, go get it because it's free. If you have played it, for the love of God, go get it because it's free and it's awesome. So yeah, aside from that, that's about it. I definitely wanted to mention that, and hopefully, Just Cause 3. I was playing around with that this past weekend, and oh my damn, that is a fun game. That is just, hey, remember the thing you ever wanted to do ever? You can do it in this game. Okay, cool. My daughter was flipping out. She was just like, "Can you swim?" Yeah, you can. Let me jump off and parachute, and then
wetsuit.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rocky the Squirrel. Rocky the Squirrel into the water, because I'm an old man. Right, so anyway. But yeah, it is a really fun game. It's really fun. I don't know... I haven't played that much of it. I don't know if it... I probably wouldn't buy it for $65. I'm not saying it's not worth it, but I just mean for me.
It's a lot.
I had a blast just running around. It was the first time since... when I played Spider-Man 2 for the first time, of just I didn't give a crap about the story. I just wanted to web sling around Manhattan all day. And I was just having a blast with the grappling hook and then blowing up a bridge and then riding it down and then, wingsuiting into the ocean and then coming back up and then grappling to a jet ski and then jumping on that and then ramping it onto the ground and then trying to drive it slowly across the ground. And it was a blast, getting in a helicopter, going as high as I could and then just jumping out and just going, "Roar!" That's actually the sound that your character makes. It's really weird. Because he's Spanish everywhere else, but then he goes, "Roar!" It was really, you think he'd be like, "El Weird," but he didn't. I'm so sorry. So, but yeah, it is a fun game. When it drops down to like $40, I'm definitely gonna pick it up. But until then, I'm gonna be waiting, putting all my dollars and what do you call it, your money? What do y'all, pounds? What is it? Maple Leaf?
It's dollars. It's Canadian dollars, and it actually went down today. So shut up.
It went down again?
Yeah, lowest it's been in 10 years.
Have you thought of investing in maple syrup?
Hey, let me know if it goes down anymore, because we can send you some pennies. You know.
We actually don't do pennies anymore here.
God, I wish we didn't. It's the worst. I hate those dirty little Lincolns. They're the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, we don't do them anymore.
It's like somebody took a dime, dipped it in poop, and then said it's not worth anything.
Hold on, I got a demonstration. Here's a dime. I'm gonna shove it up my ass. Never mind. You get the idea.
Audio listeners, you missed out. You got to miss out on Frank's multiple brown eyes, because he has two buttholes. One of them's in his mouth. You can talk. You can tell because when he talks, it just shit comes out. Oh snap! Anyway, so you guys have anything else you want to call it? You want to call it an evening? I love you, Frank. I love you so much, Frank.
I think it's time I take a little bit of break from you.
I love you so much.
I don't think you do.
Love has many different meanings for different people.
Well, I don't like this abusive relationship I'm in right now.
Don't you judge me! Come back here! Oh, now I need to. Ooh, that's a good transition. Now I want to go back and finish Jessica Jones because I haven't finished watching that yet. So I'm going to go with David Tennant mind rape everyone on the planet.
I finished. I'm not sure if they even set up another season.
Tra-la-la-la-la-la. You stop it. You stop it, you little...
We could run it for him right now, but we won't.
Daggum right you won't. Alright, cool.
Send him a screenshot of the last scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been fun, guys. It's been fun. Sorry we didn't have Wayne. I promise that hopefully we'll have him next time. And if you're really lucky, maybe I won't be here. But you probably won't be. So, yeah. Thanks for stopping by, kiddos. And same bat channel, I'm stealing everything from everyone else. I love your face. Come back. Not you, Frank. Stop it. Stop it, Frank. Not you. Them. Not you. I'm just kidding. I love it. I love half Asians. I love half white, half Asians. Half Asians. Caucasian Asians. Whites. I
put the cock in Caucasian.
You're rambling now.
We all are. I'm so sorry.
I'm just waiting for you to stop spewing shit between those teeth.
Never. That's why I have this gap, because the shit just goes herp, herp. I'm going to have to clean off this microphone later and polish it up real nice. Alright, that is the show, if you want to call it a show. We'll go with that. Thanks for tuning in. Frankly, if you're still listening at this point, you're a beautiful person. Thank you so much. We will never be able to repay you, except for doing this again next week. So, listen for us next time. We'll be going live Wednesday-ish. We're going to go with Wednesday. And until then, go love yourself. And think about me when you're doing it. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Oh, by the way, also, you can... No, don't stop it yet. Don't stop it. I forgot to do my job.
Oh.
I'm Scooby Shag on Twitter. You can follow me at Scooby Shag, because that's how...
We're good. Keep going. Oh, we lost his connection. I'll finish it for him. He's Scooby Shag. Franklin, your Twitter.
You could follow me at the Arctic Sloth. I don't know why you would.
Who would, right? And I am the Cell Fox, spelled with an S, not a C. I don't know why, but I am. I'm gonna probably change my Twitter name in the next couple weeks, just because I can. Okay, bye guys.
Bye.